There's nothing like getting in the car, hitting the road, rolling the windows down with the wind in your hair, and cranking up the volume to your favorite band. And that's why I'm so stoked for today's episode of The Grow Show, featuring a group of rock stars from our favorite bands all across the world. So turn up the volume, because it's about to be one hell of a show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing this evening?
Meet the Royal Machines, a rockin' and rollin' supergroup made up of some of the biggest names in the music industry. Names like Mark McGrath, Billy Morrison, Donovan Leitch, Chris Chaney, Josh Freese, and Dave freaking Navarro. I mean, just look at these guys. Through all their hits, all their fame, tattoos, nail polish, guitars, and a whole lot of history, they come together to share the stage for dozens of shows every year. Shows that are unlike any experience you've ever heard of, until now. This is a story about several hyper-talented individuals who came together to have some fun. Fun that grew into a successful business venture catering to organizations who want to provide a unique experience for their clients, employees, and guests. I sat down with 4 members of the all-star band to give you, our viewer, a peek into the crazy bass-slamming awesomeness that is the Royal Machines. You guys comfy on that couch?
Yeah,
Pretty cozy.
It's actually scary though. Sitting on a Vegas couch is always scary.
Especially with all 4 of you together. Yeah. I can only imagine.
Well played, Kendall. Well played.
If you're like me, you might be wondering, how did this group of eclectic, world-class musicians from all corners of the world even get together in the first place? What drives them? Especially when, let's be real, they've really already been there and done it all. But more than that, we all want to know, what's it really like to be a rock star? So I want to start off a little easy. What is one myth you can debunk for us about being a rock star?
I think one of the myths is that we're all like on our way to the club after we come off stage, because I know for a fact we're all in the car to the hotel and asleep.
You know, you're right, the backstage myth.
Yeah.
The backstage is a myth. I saw a meme today that said like what people think a backstage is. And it was like, you know, popping bottles and girls and all that. And what it really is, and it was guys on their iPad like in sweats. That's what it really is. Meeting people is the best part.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, having people come up to you and say, hey, you know, Fly was the first song my child ever sang, or, you know, Every Morning was on when we got engaged. I mean, that is special. And that connection with fans is something that becomes shared. It's not just something you own. And I don't know how I got there from the rock star question.
Well, I love it though.
Yeah.
Good segue.
Can you tell me about the genesis, the start of the Royal Machines, and how you guys all came together, when and why?
Primarily, this band is the antithesis of what we do in our day jobs.
Yeah.
It's when you're trying to, you know, shift units and looking at markets and ticket sales and all the rest of it, sometimes the music gets lost.
Yeah.
So many years ago, it's got to be about 15 years ago now, Navarro and myself did a gig and we just played some cover songs, and we happened to invite, I think it was Billy Duffy from The Cult and Twiggy from Marilyn Manson, and that was it. Just because we needed some people to get up and play some songs, and we had such a good laugh that 15 years later it's turned into this.
That's
you know,
incredible.
and the secret is that it has to be fun. I
I was always a fan of the band. They'd always play the coolest parties in town, and there was this growing sort of knowledge on the street about this all-star band. It was truly an all-star band. I'm like, I want to see them play, but I could never get into the cool parties. One day, they asked me to be a guest, and I'm like, oh my God, they're gonna figure me out. And I had the best time of my life, and I'm on stage with people who I had posters of on my wall when I was growing up. And now I'm in a band with these guys. So it kind of just happened at me being asked to be a guest, and I've been fooling them for the last 10 years, and they've kept me around. So it's the most fun thing I can be doing, because it reminds me why I started Sugar Ray in the first place, just to have fun. You never know what you're gonna get with this band, because there's such a variety of love for music. Whether it's Cypress Hill, Lucrative, Billy Idol, Billy Gibbons, you never know who's gonna come around that corner, and I'm excited to see. So I know the audience is as well.
It was an idea that grew into a business opportunity to hit a unique audience. The more fun they had, the more it grew, and the more organizations started to take notice. What better way to provide your company with an awesome experience than to hire a group of rock stars to perform at your event?
This is truly an all-star band of world-class players. That's why we can attract world-class talent to share the stage. And you're looking at guys who played with Rock and Roll Hall of Famers, 100 million selling artists around the world. I mean, you know, with all the respects, you know, these guys play drums with Sting. Sting calls him to play drums. He's played with everybody in the world. He's one of the best session players in the world, one of the best live players. Billy's played with everybody from the Cult to Billy Idol. You are talking world-class talent in an all-star band.
Josh and I have known each other. We first started playing together roughly 20 plus years ago. He has 4 kids now. I have 2. We've grown up together basically.
Yeah.
Played on a lot of records, and when it comes to drummers, he has the title of the world's greatest drummer, and I will second that.
Other than him being on the drums, what's his role in the group?
I don't think he's ever responded to a text or email without a level of sarcasm.
Who's the biggest troublemaker in the band?
Oh boy. I'd have to say Billy Morrison. Because he's giving me the finger right now off camera. Can you say giving you the finger?
Oh yeah,
okay.
Totally.
We also, the other 5 of us, all share a huge love of Mark McGrath.
Yeah, I can tell.
Well, that's obvious.
The most gracious, humble man I've ever met.
Thank you, Chris.
What's Mark McGrath's role in the Royal Machines? What does he do?
What does Mark McGrath do? I've often wondered this myself.
There's little individual things what we do, but as a whole, as a group, is what makes Royal Machines so great. And then you don't know who's coming around.
Right.
Who's coming out next?
Yeah.
Oh, there's Ozzy. Oh, great. It's just that's what makes it so cool.
The secret to the Royal Machines' success is focusing on their love of music. That creates chemistry with this world-class collection of talent that can't be broken. And as we all know, when you get world-class talent working together, of course, success follows.
If it's something you enjoy doing, then keep doing it,
Yeah,
And if
right.
it feels like a lot of work, I mean, I'd be lying if I was to say some of this wasn't work, because there's work put into it, but it's like we're all there for the same reason and have the same love of music and doing what we do. So it's like that's what helps.
Someone asked me the other day, why do you do this? And I said, because I love music.
Yeah.
And music changed my life. And I know I'm speaking for everyone in this band anyway, the Royal Machines, where we all feel the same way. Music is passion, so we share that passion.
Yeah, you know what's cool? Billy doesn't even take any money from these gigs. We just split up his share. He
Because we
refuses.
have so much fun.
Yeah, it's like, it's not about that.
We are friends. It's not made up. If Mark called me up, and he does occasionally, and says, we're doing a benefit here, or can you play? The answer is yes. And the same for all these guys. Every time I call them, they're like, yeah, what do you need?
You never get too comfortable in a good way,
Right.
as far as having to, be on your game.
They're always learning.
Yeah.
Everybody rises to the occasion. It goes back to just a pure love of music, to go out and decipher, what some of the greatest songs of the massive songbook of our lives. What are the songs we're gonna pull? What songs do we dream of playing? Like we played Panama by Van Halen.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember the day I heard that song, and here we are, and Josh, starts it off with Dave, and we're playing this song, and I'm going, I can't believe we're playing Panama. And everyone kills it. They've done their reconnaissance, dug deep into the music, and that side of the band is just what makes it shine. Everyone's on a level where they step up, rise to the occasion, and hopefully just crush it, kill it.
That's incredible.
Every time a Royal Machine show gets pulled off, I'm amazed at all the moving parts that Rick Chaney, our manager, that Billy Morrison does, reaching out to people. The band does getting together. The band has to learn 20, 25 songs. I mean, these guys are busy guys. There's a lot going on with everybody's personal lives, and to put all that amount of work in and care, and Dave Navarro will not play a song unless he knows the solo note for note. I mean, paying attention to the particulars and making the songs great, paying attention to the harmonies and playing the songs as you want to hear them takes work. And that is something that it amazes me that comes together every time. Because I'll sing a couple songs and jump around like an idiot,
Yeah.
But the work these guys put in to make these shows happen, I mean, I'm proud to be a part of it.
Yeah.
What makes this band so unique, this is like a high school fantasy. We're playing songs we grew up on, and sometimes with the artists that wrote them. So
Right.
it's basically a dream come true.
This is purely for the love of doing it. And we will play cover songs that we grew up on. We reach out to artists that we love to come jam with us. So this band brings out the little kid in us. And I think you can see that in the audience. And I think that's why it's been so successful.
So what's the future hold for the Royal Machines?
I would like to think more of the same, bigger and better. What we did with Lucrative that night was amazing. That kind of collaboration I would like to do more of.
So there you have it, a little peek into the day in the life of a rock star. And to be honest, I'm kind of feeling like a rock star right now with this whole setup. But I hope from this episode that you learned how to follow your passion and really be successful at it. So make sure to tune in to the next Grow Show, because you never know what you're gonna learn and you never know what's gonna happen.